making a bunch of preserves. It's the time of year when everything is available at a decent price. So we went to the farmer's market, picked up cabbage, beets, pickles, shallots, and we're going to do a preserved version of all of them. We're doing a beet relish. So first off, we have to roast our beets. Today we're going to make two types of pickles. One is a 2-day process, another one is a 1-day process. The long process and the short and the fermented version, there's a brine, and the brine ratio is for every gallon, 3/4 cup of salt. So what we're going to do is basically layering spices, pickles, garlic, dill, spices. So we start off on the bottom with some dill and with some garlic. Take a bunch of cucumbers. This is the brine we made earlier. The beets are ready. So we have red onion, vinegar, sugar. So we're going to cook that down, add a tomato puree, cook that down, then add shredded beets. And then we're going to jar it. It's really simple. When cabbages are cheap, buy a whole bunch of them and get one of these deep food grade containers or something, a crock or whatever, something that you can hold a lot of cabbage in. And it's a simple ratio of, in this case, 5 pounds of cabbage to 3 tablespoons of salt. So I have like 10 pounds of cabbage here. And you're pretty much just mixing in cabbage and salt and then pressing it down and waiting for it to ferment. So the way you want to do it is put salt, put cabbage, salt, cabbage, salt. And then after you have it all, you want to get a jug or a top and you need to press it down because after a day a liquid will form, because salt draws out water. So it'll start to fill up with basically it'll create its own brine. And you want to press it down to keep the cabbage in the brine. Meanwhile, this is another pickling liquid for onions. This is pure vinegar, cider vinegar, and red wine vinegar, and a collection of spices. So you take the chilled pickling liquid. If you want your shallots to be hot, or soft, then pour over hot pickling liquid. If you want them to be more crispy, wait till it's cold. Just pour it over. Make sure they're covered. Then wait about 6 weeks, and it'll fully the liquid will have gone in completely, and it'll be ready to eat. The other type of pickle is vinegar pickle. You need to put those in brine for overnight. This is that salt brine. It helps to firm up the pickles and make them crispy because they're going to need to be cooked later. This will help make them better. So these cucumbers have been sitting in brine overnight. Now we're just going to pour off the brine, rinse them with fresh water, pack them in jars. Then we're going to pour the hot pickling liquid over them, seal the jars, and then boil the jars, and then they're ready. So it's been a month. We have all of our pickles that are at varying stages, but edible stages. First thing is our beautiful fermented pickles, which are looking just about done. These pickles are the boiled pickles, boiled vinegar pickles, which can sit out at room temperature and they will not change. Also very crunchy. The longer they sit in there, they will gain more flavor though. So. Next we have the sauerkraut. Sauerkraut can literally ferment for 5 or 6 months. So this has only been a month, and it has the sauerkraut flavor, but it still needs quite a bit more time. We have the shallot pickles, which could also use another couple weeks, but they're really good. I'd make myself a little sandwich out of some of our pickles. Take some beet relish, take a nice blue cheese, or chev, or anything that's really quite sharp, because this is very sweet. It's sweet, it's salty, and then that vinegar, shallot on top. And there you have a very preserved sandwich. Maybe serve it with a pickle on the side.
Brother, ain't nothing free. They'll charge you just to breathe.
Whoops.
Charge you for the heavens and the shore. And every day has a price you must sacrifice. It'll cost you everything you got and more. I can afford to be broke.
Pickles.
I can't afford to be broke anymore. I can't afford to be broke.